Hey everybody, I am Jake, aka Bomber, and we are talking WWE Fastlane. We're going to make some predictions, and I'm feeling super good about these. But before we get into it, let's talk about how I did at AEW Evolution and just how unpredictable it was. Well, I guess it wasn't that unpredictable. I really only got 3 matches wrong here, and you know what? 2 of them I had predicted right for the most part, like Matt Hardy and Hangman Page. I knew the whole time Hangman Page was going to win, but that go home show, that's the thing about AEW that I was talking about. The storylines don't always go as you anticipate, and that go home show really threw me off. I was going Hangman Page the entire time. I flip-flopped the very last second guessed myself, and I picked Matt Hardy thinking the feud was going to keep going. Yeah, that was just a bad call. The go home show threw me off, so I got that wrong. And of course, the big battle royal, the tag team battle royal, I had it down to, of course, it was the Dark Order who I picked, but I had it down between them and Rey Fenix and Pac. I basically flipped the coin, got the wrong side of the coin on that one, and I had it down between them two, and I got it wrong. But then again, the other big match I got wrong was the Face of the Revolution ladder match. That's the only one I really wasn't anywhere close with. I didn't pick Scorpio Sky. I really thought it was going to be Pentagon there, but oh well, it is what it is. But overall, not too shabby. AEW is always a little bit harder to predict, but it is what it is, and we'll improve next time the best we can. So let's get back to Fastlane. I was a little worried. They only had 5 matches actually picked out coming into SmackDown tonight, because I'm recording this fresh off of SmackDown, by the way. So let's scroll down and get right into the predictions. The first matchup is going to be the WWE Women's Tag Team title match. Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax defending against the SmackDown Women's Champion Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair. Okay, this to me was super simple until the go home show again, but I'm not going to second guess myself. I'm going to be predicting Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax to retain their titles. They're not going to lose them. I know it could be they teased the story. How big would it be if, the women's title was on the line against the 2 tag team champions? I don't think it's going to happen. Reginald's going to get involved somehow. He's Nia Jax's little bitch boy, and it's going to be he's going to get involved somehow and cost these guys the actual tag team titles. So I know they teased a little bit of a breakup with Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, who never really got along that well in the first place. But tonight they Shayna cost Nia Jax the SmackDown Women's title, and then Nia Jax walked out on Shayna. But you know what? I think that's teasing a little bit of tension that's going to cost them maybe to lose their titles down the road relatively soon, maybe WrestleMania, but not at Fastlane. I am still picking the tag team champions to retain. It just doesn't seem like it's going to work out. Reginald, it can easily get involved, and it's too much wrapped up in the story between these two for them to go into WrestleMania as the tag team champions. Plus, we had some Natalya and Tamina interfering as well tonight on SmackDown, which I don't know. We'll see where that goes. But either way, moving on. Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax to retain the titles. Next up, wow. Okay, now on the show, I smell a no contest, a non-match, a match that gets thrown out, a match that ends in a DQ. Something fishy is happening on this pay-per-view. I can smell it, I can taste it, and this match is reeking of it right here. I think it's safe to say that this is obviously going to be a WrestleMania match. Big E defending his Intercontinental title against Apollo Crews. Man, their segment tonight was cringy. Both of these guys, last 2 weeks, have been really, really bad. And I love Big E. Apollo Crews is cool and all. He's decent. But, man, watching Big E these past couple weeks act, I guess, going into this weird persona that he's doing out of nowhere. He wasn't doing it until the last 2 weeks. It's super cringy. And I'm hating seeing what these guys are doing right now. I hate to say it. I really dig Big E, but just drop the weird acting thing. He was so much more natural before this. Anyway, we're here talking about predictions. Sorry, I got distracted. I am going to, prediction wise, I'm going to go with Big E to retain the title here. But I can see a disqualification. Maybe he loses cool. Maybe he uses the steel steps that Apollo used on him a couple weeks back. I could see a disqualification ending this match, where this match is not ending clean. I don't think this match is ending clean at all. I don't see a chance, because we are going to have another match between these two. We've had several now, but I think we're going to finish it off with WrestleMania, where maybe Apollo Crews wins. We'll see. Maybe he wins the title there, but I don't see him leaving Fastlane. I don't see a title change just a couple weeks out from WrestleMania. I think the title change would be saved for WrestleMania, but then again, WWE can do that thing. But no, I don't see Big E losing the title here, because it's going to be a non-finish. I wouldn't be surprised if this match doesn't even happen, if they just start brawling before the bell and it just never even starts. But just for prediction wise, because you got to predict a winner, I'm going Big E to retain the Intercontinental title, leading on to their big blow-off match at WrestleMania. So, moving on here, we got Drew McIntyre in a no-holds-bar match taking on Sheamus. Yeah, this is the match that, if you watch the last prediction video I did for WWE, I called almost to a T this whole Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre, Sheamus feud before everything went down. Before, I'd never seen anything online with how this was going to go down, by the way. So I called that on my own, okay? But anyway, that's just me tooting my own horn. Let's talk about this match. Drew McIntyre, I believe this is an easy pick here. This is easy for me. Very confident. Drew McIntyre wins this match. Yeah, I think this is going to be a really good, knockdown, drag out, barn burner of a match. No holds barred. These guys are going to beat the trash out of each other. But in the end, I don't think Bobby Lashley may come down and get involved, but I don't think they're going to have Drew McIntyre look weak or take a loss heading into their big match. McIntyre, Lashley, they want to make McIntyre look as strong as possible, I believe, going into WrestleMania. So I'm definitely going all in on that pick. Drew McIntyre, super, super confident here. Should be a good match, though. I think these guys are going to do really good. So I'm looking forward to it, but I think this is an obvious outcome. Drew McIntyre gets the win. Oh, Jesus. Okay, Randy Orton, Alexa Bliss. I was talking about I smell the match not having a finish. Who knows what's going to happen here? I almost throw this back to like the Impact Wrestling's Karate Man match, where Ethan Page took on himself, or he took on Karate Man. It ended up being a weird finish where he killed himself, but it is what it is. This is going to be something weird. It's going to be something crazy. If I have to pick a winner, I'm going to go with Alexa Bliss, only because how crazy is it that Alexa Bliss is going to beat Randy Orton? Obviously, The Fiend is going to get involved. This is all building up between The Fiend and Randy Orton at WrestleMania. Hopefully they can redeem themselves from a couple of years ago. But yeah, this is the weirdest match on the card, obviously, because of the weird supernatural elements and Randy coughing up this black goo. If it ends, I'm going with Alexa Bliss because of The Fiend interfering. But who knows, man? This is going to be crazy. It's probably not going to have an actual ending. It's probably mainly just going to be story driven to build up and have The Fiend actually return on this pay-per-view. So who knows? It is what it is. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets thrown out and doesn't actually happen, but I'm going Alexa Bliss. Moving on. Okay, here we go. This is going to be talking about barn burners of a match, man. This is almost like a dream match that I can't recall happening too many times. Shinsuke Nakamura taking on Seth Rollins. The whole story here is obviously Seth Rollins versus Cesaro. It's going to take place at WrestleMania. This is the little bit of the before the storm, I guess, where Nakamura, unfortunately, I know there's a lot of big supporters right now, especially backing Nakamura. Not so much in the past several months, but ever since that gauntlet match with Roman Reigns, everybody's been behind Nakamura, but I'm sorry to tell you, Nakamura is not winning this match. Just for the same reason Drew McIntyre, I believe, is going to win his match. I think Seth Rollins is also going to win this match. He's going to prove a point here. He's going to take maybe he's going to give Nakamura the curb stomp with the chair that he was going to do to Cesaro on SmackDown. Maybe he does it here to prove a point against Cesaro's friend, former friend. I don't know. They're kind of friends. I really don't know too much about them anymore. Who knows? They're kind of up in the air. But this is definitely going to send the message of Seth Rollins taking out Cesaro's friend for embarrassing him and all this kind of stuff. You could throw in Cesaro's going to come out and screw Seth Rollins over and make him, embarrass him yet again like he has the past several weeks. But I don't see it. Like I said, WrestleMania usually build-ups right beforehand, like the pay-per-view beforehand, Fastlane and stuff. Nothing usually happens that's a shocker. Usually, it's building up people to make them look strong going into WrestleMania. So that's why I don't see this upset happening here. I mean, some would say it's an upset. I call it an upset. Maybe you don't. I don't know. But I think Seth Rollins wins, looks strong, going into face Cesaro at WrestleMania. And we'll see what happens there. We'll predict that when that time comes. But I think this is an easy, very confident Seth Rollins pick in this match. Here we go. United States title match, Riddle versus Mustafa Ali. Man, Retribution is so screwed right now. Retribution has 0 to negative momentum. Matt Riddle even has no momentum right now. I know he just won the title. Dude, I unfortunately, I love both of these guys. They're so good. They're both very good. But man, I don't care about either guy right now. I don't care about either guy. I know that sucks to say. I mean, prediction-wise, I think this is an easy pick for Riddle to beat Mustafa Ali. They've teased, Retribution screwing up a lot lately. I think maybe we see the end of Retribution here at Fastlane. Maybe they accidentally cost Mustafa Ali again, just like they did this past week. They kind of had the ref distracted and Matt Riddle got the win. I could see that happening again or something along the lines. Maybe they hit him on accident or something. I don't see Matt Riddle losing the title here, especially right before WrestleMania, and he just won it. So there's that as well. But maybe we got Mustafa Ali turning on Retribution, and maybe we'll get a match out of that somewhere down the road. I don't know, but I don't see a title change happening here. I see Matt Riddle taking the win. Very confident about this one. Very confident about this match. Riddle to take the dub. You know what? Where is the Shane McMahon? I thought they would have added it by now, but I found it on, here we go. Oh, sorry for the shitty quality. Man, this looks bad. But it's on Twitter, so it is what it is. Shane McMahon, out of nowhere, comes in and is going to face Braun Strowman. You would think it's going to take place again on WrestleMania. So this is yet another match on the card that I could see with a schmaz finish, with a weird no finish or a non-clean win. And the whole story has been, I mean, obviously it just formed like within a week, and it's that Shane McMahon is calling Braun Strowman stupid. That's what we got here. That's the feud, guys. That's it. That is it. This is as shallow as it gets. And you know what? I'm all about the match. I am in the small minority that thoroughly enjoys Shane McMahon matches. I know he's not, the most crisp puncher in the world. I know he's not that great in that category, but the dude is still just entertaining to watch. He always lays his stuff in, usually besides the punches. And I just like watching Shane McMahon fight. And it's always unexpected, and it's always going to end in a car crash. But usually that's the WrestleMania match. So the fact that they had the match on, they were going to have the match on Raw. Braun Strowman got oozed. I can't believe I'm saying this stuff. Oh my God. I don't see a very clear finish to this match here. And by the way, I'm sorry, I'm spitballing all this right as it comes out of my head, but I don't see any clear win for either guy if it's going to go into WrestleMania. So that leads me to believe Shane McMahon is going to get the upper hand, because if Braun Strowman gets the win over Shane McMahon already, then it's kind of over, right? I mean, the feud's the if you want to call it a feud, it's kind of over. He needs to get his comeuppance at the end of the feud, if you want to call it a feud, and it's not going to happen in 2 weeks' time. So I feel like I got to pick Shane McMahon here, even though this is probably going to be a no finish match. It's probably going to be Shane McMahon embarrassing Braun Strowman, somehow outsmarting him and getting the win, leading to a blow-off match at WrestleMania that no one knew was going to happen. But like I said, I'm all for it if it's an actual crazy, no DQ match. So, yeah, I guess I'm going Shane. I'm picking Shane McMahon to beat Braun Strowman, the monster among men, get these hands, one of the most dominant guys at one point in the WWE, a couple years ago. Yeah. So there you go. There's that. So I guess there's only one match left to go, and that's the main event, folks. Universal Champion Roman Reigns taking on Daniel Bryan, with Edge, by the way, the special enforcer. So you got to remember that. I predicted before tonight that Edge was going to get the win over Jey Uso, because Jey Uso coming in as a special enforcer, that kind of stacks the deck too much in favor of Roman. And I think what they're doing is trying to tell the story that Daniel Bryan is going to spoil the party for Roman Reigns and Edge, the match that everybody kind of was anticipating if you were anticipating, or the match people thought was going to happen for a little while now. I think that's what the story they're trying to tell. And I think they're telling that story good. They got a lot of people already mad online that they're saying, oh, why is this going to be a triple threat? Daniel Bryan's going to make his way into the match. It's not going to be a triple threat. The match isn't going to end in like a no finish. Yeah, it could, but it's not. I'm fully confident in my prediction here, and I don't think a lot of people are that confident in this match, because people are really backing Daniel Bryan winning this match, or Daniel Bryan somehow getting into the match at WrestleMania. But I think that is all a distraction, trying to spice things up as we go into the WrestleMania match that will be between Roman Reigns and Edge. Like I said, I think it's just a distraction. They're doing a good job. They are tricking a lot of people right now. But here's how I picture everything going down. Obviously, ref gets laid out. It comes down to, Edge having to make the pinfall or submission call, which, by the way, we're going to get to the point where maybe Roman Reigns actually taps out, but either Edge or the ref isn't actually there to make the call. So we're going to have Daniel Bryan supposedly win, but it's not going to happen because it's not seen by Edge, which can go play later down the road. We can get Edge versus Daniel Bryan after WrestleMania because, thinking long term here. But what will happen is we're going to see a spear. We're going to see a Superman punch, whatever it takes to lay Daniel Bryan out. And Edge is going to have to lock eyes. Edge and Roman, I'm telling you, I'm calling this right now. I'm calling details in this match. Edge, Roman Reigns locking eyes with the intensity as Edge has to count the 1, 2, 3, leading to he knows he's taking on the man that he's gonna have his hands full with Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. I'm calling this. I'm telling you right now. It's going to be Roman Reigns winning this match against Daniel Bryan. I know they're doing a good job. I know they're tricking a lot of you guys out there, but don't buy into it. I'm not buying into it for 1 second. Edge is going to count the pin for Roman Reigns, his opponent at WrestleMania. So there you go. That is it, guys. I believe we went through everything. I think we did. I think the only match that they haven't added on the website as of this moment was that, Shane McMahon match. Let me check we got this one. Just check the Wikipedia. Yeah, we got to check Wikipedia, That's the official stuff. It's always quicker than WWE.com. So that's it, guys. I'm really excited for this pay-per-view. This is going to be the first show on Peacock and on the network. I'm still kind of confused as far as they keep saying, if you got the network, don't worry about doing anything. So I guess I'll still be able to watch this on the network, but maybe WrestleMania is going to be just solely on Peacock. So who knows? We'll see. There you go. But I think this is going to be one of those cards that is it was built the last second. I think there's going to be a lot of good stuff that happens on this match. Usually fast lanes are pretty forgettable. I couldn't even remember one match that happened on Fastlane last year or the year before that. But this card to me, I think, is thrown together rather quickly. You know, all the matches were kind of made tonight on SmackDown, most of them. So, but I think usually cards that happen like that, they usually end up pretty good. The little to no expectation usually goes a long way, in WWE at least. So I'm excited about this show. I hope you guys are. I think we got some really good predictions here. I think this is our 100%. I know I'm jinxing it, but I think this is it. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much. If you like the video, hit subscribe. If you like the video, hit like. If you don't like the video, hit dislike. Either way, you get to do what you want to do, and we'll see you on the next video. Enjoy WWE Fastlane, guys.